All right, all right, all right. So, hello everybody, and welcome back. It's Anna Chaos, and as I mentioned, I was gonna start going ahead and start getting back into the production flow. And one of the problems that I ran into is that my original AI agent, they updated to the point that it's no longer functional. So I tried Luma AI Labs, and the first time I ran it, it was spot on. It was everything that I needed. I didn't have a paid subscription, and it was awesome. So I'm like, okay, cool. I looked at my, went ahead and rebudgeted, and I decided to bite the bullet and at least start with the entry level account. I want to see what I could get done. And the other thing that I wanted to do is figure out a little bit more closely how much is it actually costing me token wise to create these shorts, because I had a pretty good estimate last time, but this time around I want to also do the tokens, because if you know anything about AI agents, the cost comes from the amount of tokens that you use. It's not a They don't have a bulk pricing. It's just like, you pay as you go, which is kind of great, but at the same time is kind of dangerous, because if you get it in the bulk, if you don't use it, you lose it. But if you buy as you go, sometimes you run short or it's a little bit more costly. So there really is no good happy medium at this time or moment. So before I get started, let's go ahead and go through the basics. As you guys know, we have our webpage. I do need to go back and update it. I know it's been a little bit. I'm doing my best to keep track of everything. We do have a YouTube. We're on Threads, we're Instagram, we're on Blue Sky, and we're on Facebook, and we're on Blue Sky. Like I said, I try to post updates, especially my less official updates where I'm just quickly talking. I just try to put it on the Facebook. That's mostly my go-to, because it's really hard to track all these social media platforms. I haven't gotten to that point yet. It's just me. I'm an army of one. But yeah, so I'm pretty much doing my best to update across all the platforms. So if you do, mention me, I apologize. It takes me a little bit longer to get back to you, but it has been a lot. Okay. Um, Okay, let's go ahead and quickly change screen. So let me walk through, oh my God, the issues that I run into with Luma. Okay, so Luma has three types of how do you say, subscriptions. They got like the entry level, which is what I started with. Then you got the $90, and then the $300, which is their pro account. Anytime I am started with a new AI, I try to be very careful not to just jump the deep end, because I want to see if their entry level tools can accommodate what I need, which is just basic 2D stuff. Then I will go higher. But for right now, it's simply just not worth it. So the original scene that I started with, let me pull it up real quick. Do I still have it? I should have it. Okay, here it is. Let me pop it open.
Officer,
Hold on. All right, oh, I thought I had this ready to go. My apologies, folks. I normally have, uh, window captured. No, I don't want window captured. Display game. Oh, I might have to do, okay, let me try this. Let me go to my other screen. Boop. Let me do display captured. Add display capture, automatic. So like I said, I normally have all this set up ahead of time, but this time around I just kind of bombed. So please, I apologize for this. Again, there's a billion gajillion little things. No, I don't want to do that. Matt. Transform. Fit to screen. Okay. So I'm going to play this for you. And all that this required, this was just Goey talking completely off panel to the officer. That's it. You can see the watermark is in there because I was doing this with the free version of this. And this was just spot on. So let me play it for you.
officer, as I said, we are on a critical diplomatic mission to meet the diplomats of the Nebulan sector. We don't have time for...
Okay.
Officer,
Stop. Okay. So as you can see, the main thing that I wanted to do with this short is, I know the animation is kind of stiff, which is okay. But the main problem that I've been having is keeping a consistency of the style that we've created. For some reason, the AI go, it's a cat, so I'm gonna make my design of a cat. It's like, no, I didn't ask you to do that. Even when I stated in the and I provide the style sheets, it just doesn't stick to the style that I provided. So it's been very infuriating. So here, I'll go back. So this is attempt one. And it's kind of interesting. You can see right here, I provided the style sheet. I provided the reference. Here's the scene. This is the voice style. And then what it does is you're literally like you're talking to another person. It's kind of like that. It's not quite there yet. The biggest one that I started running into is that, and this is not just with Luma, this is with also with like Google Flow, is that when you run it, and then you reach the point where it's kind of duplicating the same thing. You have to start a new project because it's just referencing the previous one and it doesn't think of it as a brand new one. So it's just keeping everything in that bubble. So if it's outputting something incorrectly, it's going to continue to layer on that incorrectness. I know that's not a word, but it just keeps doing that. And it's extremely frustrating, especially with lip sync. So as when we talk, not only we don't pronunciate every letter when we're talking. That's one. The other thing is when we're talking and we pause, our lips on average stop moving. The problem is because it did it the first time. Even if you get it correct, what it wants to do is go ahead and go, hey, I know you're asking me to rerun it, so then they double up on the layering, and it's just the mouth constantly moving and it looks absolutely crazy. So it is not good for any 2D at all. Now that I've just been deeper
As
in
I
here.
said, we are on a critical mission to meet the diplomats of the Nebulon sector. We don't have time for.
Now, here's the other problem that I have. So I've used Firefly, I've used Google, I use all different ones. And when you're actually rendering through AI, the reason where the cost is coming is not just because they're using their own in-house, it's because they're also licensing using other people's AI. So that's where the cost comes up. That's where it starts getting ramped up. So I have literally duplication of some of these apps, and even then, they're not that great. So if you have Google, you have VO3. If you have Adobe, you have Firefly. And then this one right here uses 11 Labs. So 11 Labs, I already paid for subscription for that. And I did try this through 11 Labs. Let me see if I can log in. I tried them as well because I already have a subscription with them. Let me see if I can pull up my project. Okay, let me see. Studio, voices, templates. Where is my... Okay, I will have to find the video. Where is my project? No, I don't want this. Sorry, guys. I know I say no. I don't want this. Get out of here. Refresh, please. I hate those pop-ups because then I can't get out of them. Ugh. Heaven Labs. Get the F out of here. Okay, log in. Where is my project? Studio? Maybe it's in my studio. Okay. Okay, so it's right here at the bottom. No, it's not. Okay, yeah, there it is. Okay, so I tried through 11 Labs and it was giving me the same problem. So right here, they do have the video version, but as you can see, it immediately changed the sign of the character and it added an eye patch. It doesn't understand that there is a like all the AIs wants to put two damn eyeballs, and God forbid you're dealing with alien eyeballs. Okay, so it just keeps trying to add things that I didn't provide. This is through 11 Labs, and then it kept looking right at the camera when that wasn't at all what I wanted for it. And this is even when you prompt it to the cleanest point, it's literally lock of the draw, and you're gonna be burning a lot of tokens. Okay, so let's go back to Luma. Okay, so what I
Of the Nebulon sector.
stop. Okay, so what ended up happening here is that the first time I ran it, it was just the screenshot and then it was just the text and it did it right out of the bat. But as I learned about the software and how it flows, is that what it does is it first of all it burns a lot of tokens. I don't know how else to say. Every little thing it does is meant to just do token burn fast. So you tell it, hey, I want you to do this. Let's say it's just a simple action. right here it will generate right off the bat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 different like 2 or 3 voice variations you didn't ask it to, and then you just want it
We
one, and
don't
it
have
gets, and then it'll create a video, and then it'll create a video for the video. So right here you can see this is why I have multiple ones of these, and it's very frustrating. It doesn't stick. So even when I tell it, hey, stick to the reference, it doesn't work. So that was attempt one. Attempt two was similar because I was like, well, let me start it again. You can see this is one attempt here. So it does this just the image. Then it generates an audio link or an audio wave by itself. Then it does the animation with no audio. Then it creates a second one with no audio. And it's just meant for token burning. It's just not good. And then right here you go down, and then it kind of gets it here, but you can see it's animating. But I had to change which I was doing what, and it made it worse. It's just
officer.
bobbing the head.
As I said,
See?
we are on a critical mission to meet the diplomats of the Nebulan sector. We don't have time for.
Yeah. So I tried everything on this, and it just wouldn't work. So I'm like, so here's my third attempt. So the original intent with the third attempt is that I kept cleaning out, clean, and see what I could do. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and I'll do this and I'll do that. And you can see I went back to just the raw
Officer.
beginning, and it just generates all this extra stuff
As
you didn't
I
ask it
said,
to.
we are on a critical mission to meet.
I think the best one was this one. Let me see. Was it this
Officer.
one?
As I said, we are on a critical mission to meet the diplomats of the Nebulon sector. We don't.
And here's the worst part. It will do a
As I
really good
said,
lip sync. Okay,
we are
this
on a
one.
critical mission to meet the diplomats of the Nebulan sector. We don't have time for.
So it's almost like it can only do just one action. It cannot do multiple actions at the same time. So in this case, I managed to get it down. So what it understood when I wrote, let me pull out the prompt here. I have the prompt. Let me go back to my other screen. Give me 1 second. Actually, I should have it right here. Let me go to my other screen. Sorry, guys. This is the last screen, so I'm bouncing back and forth. Up. Come back. Okay. So if I go back to my prompt, this is right here. This is scene 4. Use the reference provided. Do not change the sign of the character. Keep the angle, no text, because you have to tell AI not to put text. If you don't tell it, it will just stuff it with text. It will start moving the camera. It will start moving the background. And you're like, dude, I don't want that. Do not turn the character's head, because it kept turning the head, okay? She's calmly responded to the officer who is off camera on the right of the panel. Left, right, okay. As captain, she is keeping her calm demeanor, but she is clearly in a rush to get past this hurdle and is potentially annoyed. When lip syncing, and some of these I fixed before I put it on there, make sure to stop moving the character, stop moving when the character pauses her talking, because at this point I was already encountering the problem where it will be talking and it kept doing this even when the character was pausing. It was just really bad. So I polished out the dialogue right here. So this is literally my core prompt. And so the fact that even with that it was still giving me a hard time, it's just pretty bad. Okay, so let me show you guys my last attempt. Okay, so I'm gonna go over here. Let me put it in a clean folder real quick. New folder. Okay, and I'm gonna bring this over to my other screen so you guys could see it. Let me change my blah blah to here. Okay, so I'm gonna close this up. Okay, so one of the things that it can do, let me modify this a little bit. Excuse me. Okay, so one of the things that supposedly Luma can do is that you can record yourself doing the performance and then import it in to the chatbot. Well, it wouldn't allow me to import it in no matter what I did. I made sure it was an MP4. I made sure it was under 100 megabytes. I signed out, signed back in. I refreshed the browser. I tried a different browser. I changed the name of the file, everything that it told me to do, and I still couldn't import it. So here is me trying to do the performance, and I know it's not great, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of cringy every time I see myself on camera because I've gained quite a bit of weight, but it's okay.
Officer, as I said, we're on a critical mission to meet the diplomats in the Nebulon sector. We don't have time for...
So I was trying to perform it to give it a points of reference along with the background and the character sheet, and I couldn't import the damn thing. The one thing they said, excuse my language, the one thing they said that you can do, which is film yourself and then import it in to like actually use it as a reference, I couldn't do that. And it made sure I even checked to make sure that my account had that capability, and it does, and I couldn't do it. It is so frustrating. So yeah, okay. So after I had to abandon that completely. Okay, I completely had to abandon it. So I go, you know what? Maybe it's the scene that it's not working at all. So I go, okay, let me set up the next scene. I was successful with this scene with Google Flow. So I go, you know what? Let me just try the same thing. Okay. Now here is where I was already suspicious that this application, all it does is just try to burn as many of your tokens as possible. And this right here kind of confirmed that. So all I did is I provided just the reference image. Notice there's 3 characters at the bottom. They are not moving. Okay. And if I go right here back to the chat, you can see right there what I wrote. Okay. Let me see. This doesn't want to do that. Blah, blah. So they're trying to talk me into doing something. So I provided the prompt and I stopped it. So here's the other problem. If you start the prompt by accident, it immediately starts burning tokens. So I had to stop it to restart it. Okay, so here's the scene. Use the reference image provided. No text, no camera movement. I keep putting not. I don't know why. You see Officer Buster on a white screen. This is the focus of the shot. In the foreground, you see 3 characters paying attention to Officer Buster as he talks. I'm not saying to move. I'm not saying to do anything. Okay, so right here, there's the Officer Buster's dialogue, and then so it created a version. So right here, so this right here says analyzing your request. Love this. So it's already being sycophantic to me, which I don't really care for that. It says, let's bring Officer Buster to life, that cockpit screen. Let me pull up the right workflow first. So this is it thinking. Every time it's thinking, it's burning through the tokens. It is processing. And you can see right here his thought process. So now for the first round, it did 1 audio line. 1 video, no audio. 2 video, no audio. 3 video, no audio. 4 video, no audio. And finally, the last one.
Everybody's a diplomat when the tags are expired. Step out of the vehicle, metaphorically speaking. I need to see your registration, proof of vaccinations, and the ship's flea control certification. Now. Yeah. Everybody's a diplomat.
So, right out of the bat, it completely changed the character design. It didn't do the lip sync correctly. The performance is flat, which, believe it or not, I've gotten it where it's, yeah, the performances are a little flatter than what I like, but this is extremely flat, like completely flat. Okay, and I understand what it's doing where it's just kind of trying to do it piece by piece by piece, but it's just not there yet, and it's so annoying because they're like, oh, it does this fantastical thing. It doesn't. It really doesn't. This is what I've been getting from this. Also, it's turning the Astrocats into dogs. This is, Hobbes is a Doberman, and then, yeah, it's completely, and this is what I'm talking about. The AI gets a crumb of what you think you're doing. Even when you tell it do not sway from the design, it completely changes it for you. So on the next round, right here, so I go to, it's like, okay, and I literally tell it, stop, these are terrible. You don't have the model sheet. Simply focus on the content provided and don't add extra stuff. The audience is simply sitting and not moving, just listening to him. Just listen to him talk. Also, the lip sync is super bad. This is the first pass, and it's already bad. This is just me telling it. It's like, you're right, and thanks for the sharp feedback. I overbuilt it to 2 mistakes. I added motion and ambient junk that wasn't your reference, and let the whole frame move, which threw the character off model, blah blah blah. And then it says correct direction for this pass, nothing added, blah blah blah. So it pretty much continued to do stuff, right? Now at some point it continued to kind of think, and I even told it stop burning tokens. Okay, at this point, let me go back over here. I was close to like 6,000 tokens. Okay, I only get 10,000 for the $30. Okay,
Huh?
by
Yeah.
the time
Every
it stopped, after I told it to stop, it burned another 2,000 tokens. Okay, I don't trust this platform. And the worst part is it actually tells you right here that you could set a cap so you don't go over the usage by accident. And the lowest you can do is $10. The lowest you could do for the cap is $10. If you don't put a limit, it just keeps burning. And that's really bad. So I made sure I had a cap for $10 is the minimum. I try to go in right here and I try to do, set limits. I try to do $1 and it won't let me. So the only thing I can do is $10. It's
Huh?
absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
So it
Everybody's a diplomat when the tag.
and the worst part is right here, same thing. So it continued to burn tokens after I told it not to. The sad part is that the last voiceover was kind of okay. Here, let me play this for you.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Everybody's a diplomat when the tags are expired. Step out of the vehicle, metaphorically speaking. I need to see your registration, proof of vaccinations, and the ship's flea control certification.
So the good part is it kind of learned and it got a little closer by what I wanted. But the problem is that the rate of first of all, it doesn't follow directions. It continues to burn through your tokens. It's just a money pit. This is a money pit platform. This is not good. Okay, when I tell it to stop and I hit the stop button or whatever and it's still running in the background and burning the tokens, that is not good. And it is generating all this extra junk. Why is it showing me the video? One, it's the same thing. Two, three times, and then the fourth one, it finally has some audio.
Yeah. Everybody's a diplomat when the tags are expired. Step out of the vehicle, metaphorically speaking. I need to see your registration, proof of vaccinations, and the ship's flea control certification.
So it finally listened to me, and it kind of finally listened to me towards the end. But here's the problem. I told it not to move the camera, and here's what it did towards the end. It moved the camera. It moved the camera. I told it not to do that. Finally, the characters are staying with a model. They're moving a little bit, which I didn't mind that very much. But the part that bothers me is that you're telling it to stop doing something, and it continues to burn through your tokens. This thing has a steep learning curve, and it is not for the faint of heart. And I would suggest if you're going to use this tool, make sure you have deep pockets to back it up. Because I've now burned through my basic subscription that I started yesterday. Okay, I started this test yesterday, just yesterday, and it already burned like 85% of my tokens, and I have no product
Yeah.
to use. I none of these are usable for me. So to me, $30 as a test for a simple shot, you know what? Cool, whatever. That's great. It was a test. But the fact that I didn't even get anything useful out of this, and it burned through like 85% of my tokens, it makes it a flat no. Absolutely not. So after this, I will be canceling my subscription. I don't want to go any further with this platform. Is it interesting? Yes. But here's a lot of the problems with some of these AI. They're great when you make stuff within their ecosystem and they're one-shot things. It is extremely hard to keep the continuity on these platforms. Okay, and the fact that I managed to get now 2 full shorts where the characters stayed mostly consistent 90% of the time, it's actually pretty good. It's pretty good. But this right here, Luma, I had high hopes for you, and unfortunately the first one was kind of deceiving. but this is gonna be a hard no, a hard no. It has a long way to go. It doesn't follow instructions. It burns tokens. It doesn't know how to handle any lip sync. Even when you tell it to stop, it continues to burn. So this is gonna be an absolute hard no. So need to find a new solution of how to finish short number 3 because unfortunately, I want to get this done. I'm like I said, I am building up the production because it's just me. Will I love to hire humans? Absolutely. Do I have the means to do that right now? Absolutely not. So I'm thinking of starting a Kickstarter just to kind of try to get a little bit of income to come in to help me because I'm paying for all these platforms out of my own pocket and I'm self-employed. Like I said, I lost my job about a year and a half ago and I've been freelancing now, so that's why you guys don't see me as often in my other channels, but it's because I don't stop moving 7 days a week. And I feel bad that I want to make more content, but by the time 6 7 o'clock comes around, starting at 4 a.m. to 6, I am just flatlining. I'm flatlining, and all my creative is gone. So this weekend, this was my main objective. I wanted to test out the Luma Labs platform with the Astrocats, and I'm gonna say this is complete failure. That is 4 projects, technically 5 attempts, 4 projects, and none of it is useful. So I will see what else I can find. Well, I see if I can keep working with what I got. And yeah, but anyway, guys, I just kind of want to provide you guys an update. I don't want you thinking that I went into space and I'm just not doing anything. But yeah, this is extremely disappointing because the first one was pretty good, mostly because it kept to the character design and it delivered the dialogue. The problem is that they did a giant watermark on it because I wasn't a paid subscriber at that point. And then I paid for the subscription and it got worse. It got progressively worse and I got nothing out of it. Absolutely zero. So this kind of really upsets me. Like I said, I was willing to spend the $30 just for this, but I will not be continuing with Luma Labs AI, especially since I couldn't even import my performance. That was only 10 megabytes. That's literally their big sales pitch. You can bring in your own videos on big screen and then modify it, and it wouldn't even allow me to do that. And I'm using Chrome. I'm not using like some weird third party. I'm using Chrome, and it did not work no matter what I did. I could not import it, the MP4 file. So yeah, so that's it. But anyway, guys, thank you for enjoying watching me just go off for like 30 minutes. I'll continue refining this video. So I need to make an intro and an outro, just for like a splash intro. But again, this is a work in progress. And thank you for dealing with my technical issues on this video. But yeah, I just want to show you guys the progress and how much I gotten done. And like I said, I will get short number 3 done, but as they continue to update some of these AI, how do you say, algorithms, it seems like the more they try to beef it up, the less it does what you want it to do. And that's kind of frustrating because they continuously, even when I had a solid flow that worked for 6 months, and then I had to take a hard pause, and then they changed it so hard that now it doesn't work. And that is something to keep in mind if you decide to go down this path. Like, I love watching what's his name, The Day the Moon Woke Up. I'm not sure if he's using old AI. I'm assuming he is. But like, I love those independent productions, but it's holy crap, this has gotten really complicated really fast, and I'm just trying to find the best solution that I can. So I'm gonna keep working today, throughout this week, try to see if I can try to go back to my previous algorithms, to see if I can get that to work just for continuity purposes. But this sucks. I don't know how else to say it. This sucks. Roadblock. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys. Like I said, please, I apologize that I keep looking left and right. I got a new setup, so I'm doing the best that I can. But thank you for supporting us. Thank you for following along. I know is this a bigger process? And yes, I do want human people to be involved with this project, but human people require legal tender to pay them so they can to live. So that's why I'm using the AI as a starting point to hopefully later on, once I get enough traction, I can go ahead and hire human people. But for right now, this is the best that I can because it's only me and I only have a limited bandwidth of how much I can get done in a day. I am not 20 years old. I am in my 40s. I have responsibilities and other things to do. Anyway, y'all take care and have a great day. And again, thank you for supporting us. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.